Today I want to talk about the key component to letting go. Letting go of all fears and worries and doubts in the present moment. A little bit of context. We are spiritual beings here on earth having a physical experience. Our natural state of being is joy, freedom, love, and abundance. Which means when we leave these physical bodies one day, our ego minds drop away and we're left with our purest self. Now, we have access to this ever-present state of well-being right now in our human bodies. It's just that our ego minds, the ones operating from fear, doubt, and worry, are standing in the way of who we're meant to be and how we're meant to experience this thing called life. Spirituality 101. Yes, we can invite in new uplifting thoughts to feel better, but where all the real juice is in letting go of the fear, doubt, and worry happening in our minds. It's dropping away from it because it's under all that crap that our natural state of well-being lies. It's where we can experience a higher level of consciousness. If you've been a viewer of my channel for a while now, you know that belief is critical. Like, we must have belief in ourselves and what it is that we desire in order to create it. That's a given. But in my years of coaching, I've come to learn that it's a much smaller piece of the pie than we make it out to be. It's like 10% of the equation. The other 90% is in letting go. Letting go is to feel whole and complete even without the thing we desire. And so if you desire something and you don't yet have it and you feel kind of itchy and discontent because of it, that's where your attachment lies. The only reason you don't feel whole and complete right now is because of your ego mind telling you that you need something else to feel good, which is where letting go comes into play. Let go of the idea that if I just get over there, if I just get this thing that I want, then I would be better off. Let go of the stories you're telling yourself that aren't useful and that make you feel bad. I can't have this thing right now because of all these reasons. If I could just do this thing over, then everything would be different. That's all resistance. This person totally ghosted me. Oh my God, this is horrible. I'm not good enough. Notice the meaning you're attaching to it. Letting go is like the nucleus to manifestation. But what a lot of us do is we try to add more and more positive thoughts into our mind. It's the reason that a lot of people, when trying to think positive thoughts, end up feeling kind of overwhelmed and heady. Feels very challenging. Because again, while yes, believing new thoughts is an essential piece of the pie, it's in letting go of all the crappy attachments and meanings and stories where 90% of the power lies. Like, you can think positive thoughts all day long until the cows come home, but if you're like piling them on top of a bed of crappy thoughts and attachments, they're only going to get you so far. That's when it feels like you're running on a treadmill, exercising your mind, thinking positive thoughts, but not getting very far. And so let's talk about the key to letting go so that you can reach a neutral set point, a point where everything is without meaning. Because when you reach neutrality, you are in a way better position to believe without the graspiness. Make sense? The key to letting go is to stop caring. Stop caring so much about everything. Nothing effing matters at the end of the day. And I say this in the best way possible, you guys. I expressed this to Nathan recently. I was like, nothing actually matters at the end of the day. Doesn't matter, who cares? And at first he was like, huh? But once I explained what I meant, I could actually see the light bulb go off in his head and the shift happen in him. It was actually pretty wild. Not one thing, not one circumstance in our life has actual meaning. The only meaning that every person, place, or thing has is the meaning we give it with our own thoughts. If I could just get this thing that is so important to me, then I can feel better. If this person could just do XYZ, then I can relax. That thing or that person or that outcome is only so important because we give it so much meaning. And when we give something so much meaning, we care a lot. We care so much that we need this thing so badly, and we cannot feel good until it happens. Guys, when you really understand the truth of who you are at your core, infinite abundance, joy, love, freedom, you can stop giving meaning to all the things. You can start caring less. When you really understand the truth of who you are, a spiritual being just having a physical experience, you can stop making things out to be so heavy. Life is like one big video game, okay? And we're just a player inside of it. Spiritual being having a physical experience. And so when this game of life is over and our ego minds melt away anyway, all that mind drama, fear, and resistance to showing up today in the way you're meant to, it won't even matter. All that fear and doubt and worry that you gave so much power to in your human body didn't even matter at the end of the day. It's so freaking important. Now, as I say this, I want you to notice if your brain gets defensive. What about these bills, huh? That matters. I can't just ignore them. They're real. What about this problem that I'm having at my job? It's a real problem. What about this? What about this? If this is you, just be aware of this. This is resistance at its finest. It's feeling righteous and justified over the meaning you're giving things that make you feel terrible. This tension and wanting to argue back is how you know, ding, 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 you're attached to something. A story, a limiting belief of some kind. And even though it feels bad to hang on to this story, there is an upside for it. Maybe it keeps your ego feeling right in its misery, and you'd rather be right than happy. Maybe it keeps you from feeling like you're losing control. Maybe it keeps you in your comfort zone. Whatever it is, just notice it. There's a movie called Palm Springs with Andy Samberg. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it or even ever heard of it. In short, it's about these two young people who get trapped in a time loop and wake up to the same day and time in Palm Springs at a wedding over and over again. All that exists is the present moment in front of them. And so at one point in the movie, they start to show up in whatever wacky way they really want to. And it's this brief period of true freedom and authenticity. Because nothing matters. The past literally has no meaning, and they're not attached to anything in the future because there is none. Hollywood drama and comedy aside, the underlying message is an important one. When you learn to let go of the past, doesn't matter, does not exist, and all attachments to the future doesn't matter, I know who I am right now, already good enough and whole and complete, what you uncover is this natural state of freedom and liberation in the present moment. To not care so much about anything. And again, I say that in the best way possible. P.S. This concept is way easier to experience than it is to explain, okay? I think people assume, Nathan did for sure, that if I don't care, nothing actually matters, then I'm just gonna be an asshole to people. No, that's not what it means at all. Because remember, our natural state of being is love and joy. You not caring is you not giving so much heady meaning to other people. In other words, you're just going to stop caring so much about whatever stories and thoughts you've placed on those people from past history until now. When you remove those stories, thoughts, and judgments because nothing matters, it actually allows you to love more deeply, to show up more fully without any mind drama and judgment. Like if I haven't fully let go of the time that my mom left me at the grocery store, you better believe that story and what I've made that story mean about my mom and me is showing up some way, somehow in our relationship. 100%. It doesn't mean you're just going to stop caring about the work that you do or not show up to work. No, it just means you're going to stop obsessing so much about whether you're doing something right or wrong. I've got to do this thing perfect so that this can happen. I got to avoid this. I'm scared what that person will think. You just stop caring about all of that. It just doesn't matter anymore. When you remove those stories and thoughts, because nothing matters, it allows you to just do your work from the truest expression of you. You see what I'm saying? Not caring is not turning into a worst version of yourself. It's the opposite. Not caring allows you to become the best version of yourself. Not caring doesn't mean you're going to stop taking care of your children. It doesn't mean you cancel your wedding because, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Or you drain your bank account. Doesn't matter. It means that you show up and you embody a different energy in those circumstances. The kind of carefree vibe that allows you to choose love over fear and actually attract what you desire. So freaking good. It's like going for a job interview. You got one person who's like, oh my God, I need this job. I can't not get this job. If I don't get this job, I'll feel awful. I hope they like me. All this story and meaning that they've placed on it. And then the other person's like, it's all good. I know who I am. I'm good at what I do. They're just people. If it's not this job, it'll be the next one. Who's going to show up with more confidence, with more authenticity? Who's going to get the job? The person who's heady and overthinking and interviewing from fear and doubt, or the person who's just calm, cool, and collected? If you ever see me at the grocery store, at Whole Foods down the street, you might catch me tap dancing in the aisle while I'm grocery shopping. And as I'm like, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. These are just people in the grocery store. Characters in the same game that I'm playing here. It's okay. When you stop caring so much about all the things, you stop caring what people think. You stop worrying about how you're going to look. You start trusting more. You begin to realize who you really are in every moment. The words, the behaviors, the energy of your true self begins to emerge. There's no like planning ahead of time from fear, doubt, and worry, and getting heady and stumbling over your words and almost like tripping your way through life. That's the best way to describe hanging on to so much meaning and story. Tripping through life. When we care so much, we add on a layer of fear. And that layer of fear negatively affects our actions and our results. Let go of that layer. Start your days from neutral. 1, know who you are at your core. A spiritual being, just having a physical experience. That's it. You're already whole and complete. Already good enough. Just a player in this game called life. And then 2, from there, care less. Seriously, practice looking around at your physical surroundings through a lens of complete neutrality. This has no meaning. This has no meaning. Nothing really matters at the end of the day. I'm telling you, it's an entirely different level of consciousness and experience. And then just watch as your true self emerges. You feel liberated and joyful. That itchiness disappears. You start to feel brave to show up in an authentic way. And you love deeper. Love your surroundings. Love the people in your life. To let go of all fear, doubt, and worry is to care less. To stop giving so much meaning to people, places, and things. Okay? I love you all so much. If you're interested in being coached by me and learning how to break your own resistance, the link is down below. Coaching is where you can let go of all the crap weighing on your mind and body. You can break years and years of resistance with as little as one coaching call. Seriously, I've seen it happen so many times. So if you're interested, the link is down below. I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye.